All right, here we are streaming really late at night. It is a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I'm a night owl, so thought I'd do this real quick since Q just posted a few hours ago on some very important topics. And I'm going to be talking about my opinion that I really believe that the bombs in Austin are false flag bombs, and they're really a distraction to the boom, boom, boom that Q and the white hats are coming out with, and the deep state is using its normal mechanism of false flags to distract us. And I'm getting a lot of comments about maybe the bombs are referring to what happened in Austin. And I really believe we're feeding into the hands of the deep state. And again, my heart, as you've watched my other videos, is that this is all about the right and left coming together, us uniting, understanding the evil deep state and what they do. So let's not let them distract us like this. Let's make sure we are not letting the news cycles and everything distract us to the point where we think silly things like Q would actually be talking about literal bombs when all we have to do is do some research to figure out that's not the case here. And it's actually trying to frame him. And I was really happy to see Q come out and tell us that here in his latest post. So let's take a quick look. You'll see that he posted just a few hours ago on 9:58 on March 20th. Now, those of you who want to follow along, you go to Cueanon.pub, Qanon.pub. Qanon.pub. If you go to that, and you can go on any browser, so this is not the dark part of the web, which some people try to accuse this. This is literally a website you can go to see where these anonymous posters are posting, and this is literally QAnon, which we've been following for 958 posts. He's got a couple more here I'll talk about as well, but I'm going to blow this one up a little bit so we can read it. But he clearly states here that the FBI opened a case on Q today regarding boom statements and now the Texas bombings. So it's coordinated to end the communications here. Predictable. They are scared. Now, the 4 a.m., I'm pretty sure, is talking about the 4 a.m. talking points. Those of you who've seen my previous videos, I talk a lot about that, about the Mockingbird media. They've now discovered that the way they are communicating with these thousands of media people, so they parrot the same narrative every single day, is because of the narrative they get at 4 a.m. So the Mockingbird media, which is lying to us, which is all the major networks, right, including the Washington Post and the New York Times, Time Magazine, and all these other publications that are part of the narratives that just try to brainwash you into what we call the blue pill of not knowing the truth. That's where I was a year and a half ago. I'm not criticizing that. I'm just saying people that are awake and have taken the red pill and really understand that the Mockingbird media is fooling us. Well, they know because of those Mockingbird media points that they are in a panic. They are scared, right? And basically Q's assuring us the Mockingbird media and this deep state that's trying to change the narrative now will fail. We know the details, and he's pointing to Wednesday. So that's today, this morning, right? So I imagine something's going to happen today to help kill this narrative. I'm sure there's going to be more bombs in Austin trying to continue that in the news cycle because these three booms he's talking about, the deep state wants to keep us away from. So I'm going to show you why I believe that here in just a second. And it's basic research on the QAnon board to just really understand the truth here. So let's not get too distracted here. There are a couple other posts. I'm not going to dig into those right now because I'm going to first talk about my premise about why those booms are not Austin and that it is a deep state false flag instead. And the way I know that is I do research, right? So what we do is we go to this filter. And the beautiful thing about this, if you go to that Qanon.pub, you can go to the upper left here and type in the filter, and you can type in boom, for instance, and it shows you, if I do it right, without any spaces, B-O-O-M, it should show 11 of them. I wonder why it's doing that right now. Not being nice to me. Maybe I try it without capitals. There it is. So I did it without a capital, with boom, and it gave me 11. So there's 11 posts that QAnon has talked about. And if I come back over here and I go boom again, it's going to give me 17 matches. Okay, so now if I hit the back key here, it's going to show me the first boom. You've seen me do this in other videos when I'm teaching you how to use your own mind, do your own research on this. So, and I'm not trying to, I'm giving you my opinion here, so I totally respect if you guys don't believe this. Mike H, how you doing? Mike's basically saying, I'm reading off the chat board here, I'm here. You miss me, miss busy, have been missed a feed. So, do you actually think the FBI is going to try to connect Q to the bombings? Yes, I do. Seen an Alex Jones live show on bombing, and it seems strange that the amount of FBI has seen already. So basically, I agree with Mike H here. Is that, and I'm disappointed that Alex Jones actually did a video and he actually had boom, boom, boom in the title. I'll show you that in just a second. In fact, I'll show you that right now. So right now you'll see right here this first video, InfoWars had something that had boom, 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 question mark. That's obviously wrong. That's exactly the objective of the changing in the narrative the deep state wants you to believe. So please understand and be looking at the news to understand what the booms are, which are really the revelation of deep state corruption. That's what this is all about, right? And so now the way I know that, going back, I look at this, the first boom that he mentioned was on January 13th, and it was about the Clinton Foundation boom shock saying something's going to be coming out by the Clinton Foundation. And we've seen all kinds of stuff that's happened. So his prediction was true there. All kinds of new items are coming out about the California. I showed that in the last video, not matching with the federal returns. Clinton Foundation scandal is just beginning, right? And that boom is starting to happen. So here's another one. Now we go all the way to March 3rd before he uses another one. He's talking on March 3rd, preparing us that's basically saying that a boom's coming. And there's another one later in March 3rd. And then basically he basically says March 4th as if it's kind of here it comes, and basically I believe here in 844 on March 5th there's 4 of them coming, and then here he gives us the clue, hey, the first boom was revealed, and this was on March 6th. So this is clearly, in my opinion, boom on Clinton Foundation is about corruption being revealed. Now he's telling us there's going to be 4 big corruptions being revealed. One of them was revealed on March 6th. So what was happened on March 6th? All we do is we go do some research, and it was really clear that it ended up being this North Korea right here. Trump says North Korea is sincere to hold on reported offer to hold nuclear talks. There's more of it coming here, and South Korea aims to have high-level talks with North Korea. This is huge, and nobody ever thought this could be done. And Trump actually probably met with Kim on his Korea trip, probably at the Forbidden City, we've learned, and actually probably did a deal way back in November that's now being revealed. But when was it revealed? Look at this, March 6th. This is the Washington Post. North Korea, sincere and hold offer nuclear talks. These are rotating pictures, so it's not necessarily the same. March 6th. So that was, again, back to my point. They revealed the deep state corruption and booms into attacking the narrative that Trump's this horrible president, that the MSM's trying to. So he basically says it later. It'll break the MSM when they do a nuclear deal to denuclearize North Korea and potentially make it North Korea actually unified. So that's the first boom revealed. Again, that boom was not a actual bomb. That boom was a big event that's going to hurt the deep state. Right? And then the next one he said on March 8th, do you trust Sessions? Another boom. And again, I'm trying to make the concept that this whole Austin bombs that we're seeing here is a distraction of the boom, boom, boom we're supposed to see this week. Right? And the first boom being North Korea, what I just went over, right? The North Korea on March 6th. And then here we've got the boom that is happening with Jeff Sessions. doing a bunch of stuff with the second council. He's talking about he's already had somebody appointed, and so here we go. The sleeping giant, or the sleeping person that we're talking about that everybody criticizes, but that Q's been telling us trust Sessions. Well, when did this happen? This was on March 7th. So again, if we go back to the Q post, it was March 8th. He says, do you trust Sessions? Boom. I think referring back to on the 7th and 8th when it all came out, that he's already pointed people looking at all the corruption that's been going on for quite some time. So we've already had somebody looking into this. The second council is going to come, but it's already a ton of stuff's already been done. Think of the 18,500 sealed indictments as an example, right? Again, the boom is talking about the new information being revealed on corruption of the deep state and things that are going to hurt the deep state, such as the North Korea agreement and the CIA strings being cut, and then Sessions actually being able to do great things here. So when it comes to actually some of his stuff being revealed, that he's not sleeping, right? And then there's a bunch of stuff here on the 15th where he talks about the three booms. Again, he talks about Rex Tillerson, and I think the whole point that here is that now we have Ray coming in who understands the CIA and the corruption of the CIA coming now into the State Department. So I think that's going to be a real important part of the boom that's coming, as he's going to actually reveal the corruption nation worldwide, not just the United States. So now on 954, you'll see boom, boom, boom again, and that's what we're talking about here, is the three booms for next week. All of a sudden, the bombs start going off in Austin, right? Deep State trying to basically frame Cueanon to say, hey, we got to take this site down. That's causing some random guy to go drop bombs off or some stupid thing. So please don't believe that somehow the awesome bombs were something that Q was talking about. That is a deep state response to change the narrative, and he tells us that much on this 958 tweet, where he says the FBI opened up a case on Q today regarding the boom statements and now the Texas bombings. They're coordinated to end the communications here. So again, the deep state is doing this to try to end the communications, right? That's what this is all about. And it's predictable. They are scared. They've learned that from the 4 a.m. talking points. They will fail. We know all the details. Wednesday, something's going to be revealed to give us more details. That's what I'm guessing at. Now, there's two more posts I'll just go over real quickly. Well, let me also talk about some of what I think some of the booms are, and just the fact that the deep state isn't in panic. A couple other things you probably saw. Facebook is haunted by its 2016 election meddling. Their stock went way down. Wiped out nearly 50 billion of stock based upon this user data scandal where they're taking. So Facebook's facing a real bad problem. Q's predicted this, that the Twitters and the Facebook and the YouTubes are going to start having problems because of their censorship and a lot of their corruption, and so we'll see some of that. We have, you probably saw this on my last video a little bit where I went into more detail, but just to the fact that the Biden and Kerry's sons were basically enriching themselves. The whole Obama administration was doing a lot of this, as revealed in this new book called Secret Empires that's coming out. So the deep state is in a panic because there's a ton of corruption being revealed. There's new stuff coming out about this whole senior executive service, right? The shadow government here. This came back out in January, but there's a lot more that's come out more recently here about basically SES Army. That's over 8,000 people. Out of the 8,000 members of this, I guess 7,000 were appointed by Obama. And then also, let me go back to this, because that this opioid crisis is another thing that actually is coming out on his next message. So let's look at that real quick. So you'll see here on 959, I think this is codes. Basically, some part of the deep state is meeting and panicking. MZRT gosh, I don't know if that's Rex Tillerson, but it looks like he's pointing out to a few people. Let me know who you think that may be. A big meeting where cell phones were left at the door, and they're basically saying, we can hear you. Even though your cell phones were left at the door, we can hear you, right?
Some
And
say
then
that
so
oceans
there,
separate
there
us,
shouldn't have opened
but
up
at Holland America Line, we believe
that's the sin of opening up a website without knowing what I was there. So now, if you look at this, now 5 political people and 1 formal Intel director. Maybe that could be Clapper or Brennan. I would guess would be an Intel director there, and 5 political people are meeting in this team of 8 in some closed door meeting, trying to mask and spin this narrative, right? And they trying to identify friendly insiders. How are they going to do that to try to cover their tracks with all this corruption being exposed? They're trying to shift the narrative. They're going to fail. We hear you, so they can hear everything. We have the logarithm. Thank you, Snowden. I don't know if that's the Google logarithm that we talked about in an earlier post, where he's talking about more the logarithm of these 4 a.m. talking points. But basically, what Q saying is learn chess. You're playing checkers. We're playing chess. Down she goes. Nobody escapes this. Nobody. So I think down she goes is probably talking about the whole deep state, and a lot of these booms gonna expose that. He did have one more post that I'm digging into. I watched this whole video. It has to do with the opioid crisis, but it's more of a comedy, kind of poking at both Obama and Trump. But it basically says, enjoy the show, expect a lot more panic. And I think it's basically talking about the panic is that he's talking about the death penalty for drug dealers, right? So Trump's trying to get really serious here when it comes to attacking that, because we think the deep state's really involved in funding a lot of these opioid crises as well as other drugs in our country. That's been just kind of a known fact. And so I think even in Afghanistan, they had opioid factories there after we took over from the Taliban in Afghanistan. So it's just really a lot of corruption is going to be shown. So there's another part of here, the top of this, that really just linked back into this, really focusing on panic mode. Enjoy the show. So I think that's where we are. Is it's panic mode. Enjoy the show. But again, my theory here, guys, is that this is false flag bombs that's going to just trying to distract us. So concentrate on the news, watch the deep state corruption being revealed, help us get the word out to people and let them be, again, red pilled. God bless you guys. I'm going to say a quick prayer for this country with all this going on. Lord, I just pray in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, Lord, that you will just heal this country, continue to protect the president, protect the white hats here, expose the evil in this country, in the United States as well as worldwide, and allow this to be cleaned up, and allow not only the United States of America to be healed, but also the rest of the world as this evil that's been going on for decades gets revealed. Lord, expose the Illuminati, expose the cabal, expose the evil forces and all the strings attached here, and expose all the corruption and the blackmailing and everything else that's going on. Protect the children, Lord. Especially protect the human trafficking in children and eliminate that, Lord, as much as possible as we can, and use us all in a mighty way as we serve you. We say these things in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you, guys, and God bless.